So, this last episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had me all the way messed up emotionally. I was teary eyed so many times, almost to the point that I was sobbing because I thought it was so beautiful how the group came together and pretty much highlighted the best aspect of their friendship. These women fight like dogs, but when it's time to support one another in times of need, I think they've shown this episode that they can do a really, really, really nice job. And Kyle threw an event for Laureen, her best friend that took her life last year. And it was so touching seeing Lorraine's family. I mean, that scene with Lorraine's mother and Kyle hugging, and y'all, I am going to start crying again. I can't. It was so touching, so beautiful. You could really feel her spirit in the room. And I think that was a really magical thing, a really honorary thing that they did for her. So, once again, rest in peace, Laureen. May she now be in a place where she doesn't feel so heavy as she maybe did on Earth. And condolences to the family. I thought the event was so nice, and also to see Sutton and Garcelle really rally behind each other, and Garcelle holding Sutton's hand because, mind you, Sutton's father had lost his life due to suicide, I think around 15, 20 years ago, and Sutton kind of blames herself because she feels like if she came home a little early on because she's always late, that maybe he still won't be here. And when she was doing the confessional, I really applaud her for stopping herself and saying, no, he is still here. He is proud of me. He is proud of my kids. This episode made me feel so many emotions, and I was just glad that the mess was left behind, partially, for this episode. And we had so much fun at Anna Marie's birthday, and that they all shared a very emotional moment at the event that Kyle threw. But anyways, on that note, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another recap, another quick recap for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13 for this week's episode 11. I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Emotions were there. I was clocked in. I was entertained. We start out this episode with Anna Marie's birthday. They drive up to a very nice spot in California, which I already forgot the name. They're having the nicest spread. It looked delicious. And this is exactly what I like about Beverly Hills, because Miss Kyle Richards knows how to put together an event. Honey, the luxury, the money, the bouginess, the vibe, everything is there. When I look to Potomac, I have to say, nothing was there. Nothing. In the iconic words of Miss Nene Leakes. So Potomac, please let's give these girlies a budget to do something bougie. I say that in every single recap. Take a shot. I lament and whine about Potomac. You will be on the floor at the 6th video that you listen of mine. But anyways, they have a nice spread. Kyle has this wine tasting also set up prior to, them sharing cake, them celebrating Anna Marie. And they're at this really nice, I'd say, resort, ranch, winery, something of the sort. And Kyle has this really, really interesting card game, like this rounds of questions that are going to be asked amongst the women. You know, lick a toe. Then Sutton proceeds to lick Kyle's toe. Sutton makes out with Dorit, sticks her tongue behind her down her throat. The girls all have to display their orgasm face. And we're having a really good time. And that is what I appreciate. The group knows how to get together and really truly have a really nice time. I like the fact that Sutton said in the confessional, when they fight hard, they do, but when they come together, they really know how to play because they were really enjoying themselves. So, out of the blue, Kyle drops the question of, would you ever date a woman? And all of them were looking at her like, girl, why, how, what was the reason? And Garcelle in her confessional said, I don't know. There might even be a country song in there. And I was like, ooh, the shade. So everybody answers. Sutton's like, no. Garcelle admits to having thought about honestly dating a woman and maybe like getting together with a woman, but I think we knew that already, that Erica and Garcelle, both of them are like fluid sexually speaking and are like open to try things out. And Kyle then says, yep, I would date a woman, why not? So she mentions that, and then we also get to know that Miss Kyle Richards says that on the trip when they were like shopping around before they had the wine tasting and the little birthday celebration for Anna Marie, we find out that Kyle is looking to move out of LA once Portia, her youngest daughter, is done with school, and just move to a scenery where she's connected to nature because she loves hiking, she loves being near water, she loves, you know, all of those aspects. And did y'all clock the fact that she said I'm going to move and not the we are going to move? Hence, meaning that she's 110% excluding Mauricio. And to stay on the topic of Mauricio, we come to find out that Kyle and Mauricio have had issues over, you know, him communicating with women on Instagram. And Miss Kyle Richards said, well, the only appropriate solution to that is murder, jokingly said. And she, in her confessional, says, well, you know, it's really effed up because the women are always the aggressor with him in the DMs and know that we're married. And I'm like, but Kyle, your husband can very easily just ignore those DMs, block incoming DMs, not comment under another woman's Instagram post. I mean, you guys were really entering the era of Kyle pretty much giving us the insight to her marriage truly falling apart to the last bit and to the last piece. And I can honestly not wait for her to divorce him, get out of that situation, live her life as a free lesbian, allegedly. I mean, to this point, you could say that Kyle really wants to find herself the way she couldn't when she was younger because, you know, Big Kathy was on all of her daughters' necks with her foot to find a rich man, make some babies, pretty much, you know, set themselves up for life. And now Kyle, I think, is really out there experimenting and just getting to know herself, which I think is nice. So then we have Dorit and PK's therapy session where I was like, girl, I think that both of them have valid points when communicating the whole, excuse me, I got choked up. when communicating the whole PTSD thing and like what happened down the road with the robbery and stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if for next season we have a freshly separated Dorit Kemsley, because things are not looking great for the both of them, to be honest, from the outside looking in. I mean, they've reused pictures of the both of them on Instagram. Dorit's made it clear that she does feel neglected by him, and he's always out traveling for work and stuff. So, again, I really wouldn't be surprised if Dorit's storyline for next season is going to be that she is done with PK. What I also really liked in the episode, we got to see a lot of old faces come back to screen. We saw Camille, we saw Kim, we saw Faye Resnick. And I have to say, Faye Resnick truly will forever be the housewife that never was, because Faye Resnick is moneyed up, bitch, okay? She has that bag. She has multiple bags, literally. I think she would have been such a good addition to the show, and I think she was even approached by production to actually eventually join the show and be part of it, but I think she declined. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get an official friend of role for Faye Resnick, or maybe they will ask her back for they will ask her, period, for season 14. Who knows? With all the sudden casting changes. And last thing that I want to address in this quick recap is Anna Marie. I really had a time with her the first half of the episode. I thought she was enjoyable. I thought she was cute. I liked that she appreciated all the women coming together for her birthday to celebrate her a little. But girl, she lost me at the very important event that Kyle threw. Where she was still, addressing the esophagus thing. And she said, well, I've scoured all my medical books, I've asked around my colleagues, I've informed myself, I did this and that and the third. And to give Garcelle some props really quickly, BITCH, why do you care? Why is it that you care so much? Why is it that you feel the need to be right in this, argument? It's not really an argument because it does not even concern you. It's none of your business, to be quite honest, what may be up with Sutton's esophagus at all. So what the hell are you on about weeks after weeks still discussing this? And I love how you said, well, that implies that she may have an eating disorder. And Crystal clocked you really quickly and said, well, you just said that, she might have an eating disorder. You're implying that. And she's like, well, I never said that. Girl, you, 15 seconds before Crystal clocked you, you said that it implies the small esophagus is not a thing because it would imply that people that say that suffer from an eating disorder. It's semantics. It's the same thing. And you, word for word, said that she might have an eating disorder. So why are you gaslighting us? And you are gaslighting us really bad. I mean, to talk about another person's medical issue like that on camera, when it's, to be quite honest, the third time that we've seen you is really low for me personally. And this goes for even people that have been on the show for years. I'm giving the hardest side eye right now to Miss Larsa Pippen over there on Miami. With the Gertie thing, that was a hot mess. But yeah, Anna Marie, I don't think this show is for you. I don't think we've seen anything interesting about her. She's flopped really bad since she's been on. And it's sad because she's a beautiful woman. She's a very successful woman. But, I mean, we don't see anything. And you have been trying to harp on Sutton's medical condition. I think that's low. I don't think you do I don't think you do BS like that. But yeah. And also, mind you, you cannot deny that Kyle is loved up with Morgan Wade. Every time I see the both of them, I just see a younger femme lesbian and a bisexual MILF, midlife woman being lovey-dovey. I mean, if the both of them don't come out soon and just say that, you know, they've been scissoring it up like Kyle and Dorit at the dinner have, I don't know. It just feels, at this point, a bit like publicity for Morgan, maybe. But I'm no one to judge. It's 2024. May all your secret relationships still blossom. Love a woman, love a man, love a they, them, love a whatever you want to love. Be happy. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to end the recap. I don't have much more to add to the episode. It was a cute episode. I enjoyed it. And I'm really excited for Crystal to clock Anna Marie in the next episode. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.